Hey, welcome to 1000 Details. Today I got here a very cool module that I think you will recognize this small case from another video. And I have first of all to say thanks a lot for OXI Instruments to allowing me to do such cool experimentation and the demo video for the OXI Meta. I've been craving this module for a while now, and I had the chance to experiment at Super Booth, and you might have seen on my other videos that I had it around here. And yeah, I've been wanting something like this for quite a while, especially because I perform live with Eurorack and some gear, but also for studio, because I've already said this in my videos. The way that I do music, it's basically by jamming all my tracks. So I prepare some stuff on the machines, I do some exploration, I got something that I like, right? And then I just record me playing those instruments, and those are my tracks. So a little bit the same process as I do in a live performance. And having something like the Meta is really needed for me, because with just one hand I can add effects to do transitions or to do some kind of movement on the track without having to go into crazy stuff or rely my attention on other stuff. No, it's just one hand. Like I did, just like I did on the intro. You turn the big knob, you got your effects. When you want, you can turn back the knob or press off and you're back in. And this is really cool. Like, it amazes me how nobody came with anything like this before. So today's video, what I want to do is show you the effects that the OXI Meta has here, and explain to you a little bit my philosophy on how I'll use this module and why do I really like it, and why for me it's a game changer on Eurorack. Let's start by, well, you already heard it, but the classic reverb. And the off button turns it off. And on the other side you have the shimmery black hole reverb, which is really cool. You got those pitches modulations going on. Here we go. We open even a little bit more our synth. And here it is. Then we have the riser, which on the clockwise side, it's a normal riser. The cool thing that the module has as well, it's that it always has like a little bit of washiness before the end, so you always have some spillover, which is good to have a smooth transition. I really like that. And for you to explain a little bit how it works, the thing is, the big knob is like a macro control, which controls not only the dry wet of the amount of the effects, but also other parameters of such effects. For example, in the space, you see that it increases even more the size, for example, and on the filter you see that it goes not only on wet, but also the amount of high pass. I'll show you. And let's see the counterclockwise side. We have what we call the shepherd tone riser, which is a continuous tone growing all the time infinitely. So you can even do this and come back. So this is a cool one, because on this one, the way it works and the way it sounds, it's kind of cool. Like if you're doing live and you do a mistake, well, it'll be a cool thing, because you can kind of wash away and hide that mistake, and coming out like, hey man, this was really cool. So yeah, it's a good one. Then we have the filter, which is a normal DJ filter. So left side we got our high pass, and the controls basically the resonance. And on the right side we got our low pass. Here we go. Let's adjust the levels a little bit. Now we have the looper, and I have to say that the looper might be one of my favorite things. Especially because I do techno, right? And since I do techno, one of the most iconic effects is not only in techno, but techno especially, it's the backward loop thing of like the sucking thing backwards. And let me show, because let's put it on control here, controls the time division, so I'm gonna put it as it is. And what? Let's open a little bit more this thing. And here you can see that I'm, no, wait, let me loop this. And as you twist, you have the high pass being applied. And to make this right, I could stay my days just playing with this. I don't know why I'm really attracted to this thing. And on the right side you have your forward looper, which is also really cool. And you can go full Fatboy Slim style. Which is awesome. Another thing, that the way that I use this module, and since now we're going into the delay, is for the looper and the gator, it does make sense to have a external clock here. I'm basically using my OXI one to clock up the meta. On the delay, I do prefer to do my tap, because I like my delays to not be as in line with the BPM and the tempo. It gives some extra, I don't know, some extra groove in it. So you can clock it via an external clock, or you can basically tap your tempo. So let's remove this and move on to the delay. Let me tap the tempo. Here we go. I'm pretty much sure that this is not at the same tempo, it's a little bit off. And on the right side, let's start with the right side, you have your high pass high pass delay. Again, controls the time division. You have here some kind of car plusy effect going on. And another super cool thing that OXI did here is that when you change your time divisions, instead of that warply, bubbly blah, blah, blah of the delay, you don't have it. You have just small cuts, which is very cool and sounds way better in my opinion. Back to this. And yes, the track is supposed to sound a little bit distorted. It's the way that it makes sense to me. And on the left side, sorry, you have your low pass delay. The bass line coming up more alive. And we are back to it. And last, we have the gator, which has a gator and a very cool function. So to the right side, you have your normal gator, right? And here again, time division. Well, I used to do this a lot on the DJM 600 when I played on those Pioneer DJ mixers, or doing this with the faders as well. You do kind of your typical trance gate, which is a very iconic effect. And on the left side you have a snare roll, which is a very cool effects. But for sure, this can be used for a lot of styles of music, from drum and bass, more electronic stuff, onto more tech house, for example, or even IDM stuff. Which let me show you basically. Again, here it's the amount of snare repeats on the roll, so it is time clocked. It also has a high pass. It goes, yeah, this is a cool one. I can see myself using this one here and there, but this is awesome, man. Like the geniality of having a snare roll, it's super cool. I really like that. And yeah, those are the functions of the Meta. It is that simple. What I like about it is that with just one hand you can control it. You see me using just one hand basically to control this. And let me remove the hi-hats. And it sounds really good. It is not your typical spin FX chip, no. As far as I know, it's a Daisy one here, so it sounds really good, high quality effects and sounding, which is what you want, basically. And it feels amazing the way it works. Big knob for performance. Yeah, silence a little bit. So the big knob here works amazing. See, it's our gator. The control thing here is also very easy to use. It's addressed to the functions of the it's like the sub-function, sub-parameters of the main effects, and it's really well made in terms of idea and a quality module. So how will I use this? As I said in the beginning, I want this to help me do transitions on my music when I'm on the studio and when I'm playing live. But I also used it as a simple effects many times, since I had this for a while to experiment and to see where it goes. You can also use it as a simple effects, like as an insert effects, for example, for your synth, and I'll show you that. But my idea here is use this to do transitions or do drops, breaks on my tracks, whereas many times I could not do it because I only have one pair of hands, basically. So what you had to do in my case is I will had to later on the DAW basically apply those effects, which is not the thing that I search for. I want a more natural thing, and I want the mistakes of getting the effects later or whatever. That does give a special taste to the music. But as I said, I also use this a lot. Let me do something here. Let's see if this doesn't. Okay, no. So one way that I've used the module, and I really enjoyed it, is instead of using this, because in a way I think and pretty much sure that the Meta was mainly thought about as a module about end of chain. So put this at the end of your chain so you can affect all the track. It really shines this way. It is the way for me, and I see it as that way to be used most of the time. But as you can see here, and what I'm doing, I am applying just the effects to my synth voice, which is the OXI choral here. And this way, let's just say that I just want to apply some simple effects and add some simple stuff to my my synth sound, and I don't want to dive very deep on it, and I have to control here the whatever parameters I have. Let's say if it is a reverb, and I want to do something cool, maybe I have to control the size at the same time I control the amount of wetness and maybe a little bit the low pass on it, whatever that is. Here I just have one knob and it's really fast. So let's go back to our track here. And okay, so I have here I can just apply it over here. Let me remove the reverb from the effects side. Although I like it, but... You can also control, by the way, you can control your input gain over here. If you press off and turn this. Yeah, that's better. It works in any kind of configuration. The idea it is to be simple, and I find it really simple. I'm loving this module. For me, it's a game changer. I really wonder how nobody thought about this. Sure, there's the Endorphins Ghost, which I have one, but it's not the same immediacy, not the same simplicity as the Meta. This is what you want if you perform live, or if you don't want to go into craziness hassles when you're jamming at home. It is the Meta. So, here you have it. I think I explained quite well how will I use it and how do I want to use it. For example, this could be my voice just with a delay and playing it this way. It really, like, the sky is the limit what you can do with this. You can even chain them, and that will be a nice thing to do. Chain them and use them. Yeah, I have to experiment that for sure. But here it is. I love it. Once again, if you like what I'm doing, if you like this video, please like and subscribe. It does help the channel. You also have some affiliate links below, which you can use to buy your stuff. You don't pay extra for that, and you help me on the channel to keep it going. And at the same time, a message from my sponsor, which is myself. Check out my sample and presets store at 1000tales.com, link below as well. It's a little store with some effects, sorry, thinking about effects, with some preset packs and some loops and one-shot sounds that I record from my stuff. Now you can immediately use on your productions, and they kind of mimic a little bit my philosophy and the way that I approach music. So maybe you find something there that you like. Until then, have fun, do music. I'm gonna enjoy my backwards looper. See ya!